Well, all of a sudden, in this fickle world where binaries and absolutes are not only king, they are lower back tattoos to live by, you can sort of see now how it works for Australia. Oh yeah, Cam Green, he's always been in number 3. Always has been, always will be. Smith's got the Tendulkar second win thing going. Head and slugger locks. Carey's in career best form. Is Marnus an opener? Can he come back? All good. No worries. Here come the good times. Just when you thought the lights were coming on and you'd have to go home, you sniff the old car keys there, and all of a sudden you're going to another club where they're playing your favourite songs of all time forever. It's Sunday morning in Australia. I haven't seen a single ball, but I'm dusty and I'm feeling safer because the scorecard on the app that I like is lining up with my own perceptions of national success and identity. I pretend that I don't care that England's chasing 600, but I do. And then I remember that I live in the lucky country. Australia are 254 runs ahead. They've got 3 third innings poles in the hutch. Carey, Cummins at the crease, Sam Perry.
Oh, I don't know what to add to that, to be honest, mate. Summing up the mood of a nation from Birmingham off the back of an entire Pizza Express.
I told you that in confidence.
I'm sorry. That's harsh.
Yeah.
3 from 3, too.
Yeah, and then Trent said, that's 3 and 3, isn't it?
Just while you're eating that last slice of capricciosa, it's like, mate, I know how the nation's feeling.
Can Marnus open?
Yeah, that's right. No, you're right. You're right, because like 250 ahead, a couple of wickets in the hutch. It's like, well, it's not. I wouldn't say it's plain sailing for Australia in the game, but the construction of the lead is much more in line with how we've grown up. It's much more connected to the lineage of Bradman. Like the number 3, the number 3 position sits so deeply in our psyche of what it needs to be. Like the way that it it threads and connects any innings, which is so silly because it's just one of 11, you know. But today, somebody did something. The numbers and the runs and the wickets column were just in a much better proportion than before. We weren't like 3 or 4 for spit, and that was good. And then and Cameron Green, the coming man, was batting with the man, and it was like. And then it would throw to a pre-play content capture with Smith saying, I'm looking forward to helping guys navigate through situations. And I'm like, oh, the master and the apprentice are doing it. And Smith was doing that with Cam Green. For an hour or two there, it was a beautiful thing. It's like, we're the best batting team in the world. We've got the best batters in world cricket. I'm a fickle little motherfucker, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah. So great times ahead for Australia. 5-0's back on.
Australia started the day at 2 for 21 with a lead of 44. They finished the day 221 for 7, if that means anything to you. So let's talk about Cameron Green. It was 3 for 69 at lunch. There was a lead of 102. There was a bit of rain around, just line dismissed in that first session. 1 for 48 in that session. But Cameron Green, 52 of 123. Green and Smith put on 93. That's a significant contribution to the game, it feels like, in this moment. And we've been panicking, as you alluded to, when it hasn't gone the way it used to in 1999, when the Wallabies were good, the Olympics were around the corner, and the cricket team was on the precipice of total domination. Sure, there were some concerns. There were some Y2K concerns where we thought planes were going to drop out of the sky because the computers couldn't deal with the date. But things were good, and the nation as a whole was dominant. The Howard government had just introduced the gun buyback scheme, and they put those guns into our sporting teams. And Cameron Green is rightfully so, that number 3 position, it's lineage. It's Chappell, it's Ian Chappell, it's Bradman, it's Ponting, it's David Boone. There's history, there's stories, you know. Boone, tinnies on a plane. Bradman, 99.94 postcode stuff. You know, Chappell, Brothers 3, you know. Ponting, hairy forearms, need I say more? And then we get to see Cameron Green, who's dismissed, when he chops on, yell out, fuck off, and then throw his bat. Well. Has he been listening to the podcast? I think he has. Someone has. I can check the comments because there's about 2 people watching. They all think we're covering England-India. But all of a sudden, now I see Cameron Green doing the thing that the nation's been calling for, a bit of mongrel.
You're right. And It's amazing how great I feel about the whole thing. 52. But, I mean, he had to... It was like... Bluey, who's just having an absolute rip snorter on comms at the start of the... Oh, I'm serious. But like at the start of the day, he's actually got some space to talk, I think. And just provide a like insight and perspective. And he said like the key is just to get through 25 overs of this new ball, and it gets easier. And like Green did it. He got through that time, and like it was with him and Smith. It was line early on, but it was a Daniel Bedingfield situation. You know, got to get through this, and they did it, and they didn't like totally cash in, but they cashed in enough to the point it was like, oh, there's a bit like we're gonna have enough in the hutch here to get the lead that we need, and he did all the hard work. He was looking like he had, you know, he wasn't playing shots that were conjuring questions about his technique. You know, you're like, oh no, he can do this. This might work. We might have something that looks like it can work for the summer. And then arguably the highlight of his innings was the aggression that he showed upon being dismissed, because he said fuck. And it was nice to know that he has that in the locker.
He's got it in the locker.
Excuse me. And then he goes for the massive bat throw, holds on to the bat, but he's already created too much force. The bat slips out of the hand. Now he's on top, he's on the wicket as it's happening, has the presence of mind to actually shovel the bat with his foot off the deck, but still a little bit more force behind it. And I think people in Australia are like, they're not happy that he's out, but they're seeing a chop on and the viscerality of that. They're hearing the swear word, they're seeing the bat throw, and they're thinking, the boy's listening. The boy's growing up. Bambi ain't on ice no more. Bambi's unhappy, you know? And look at the number next to the name. So I think it's a win for Australia. It's a win for public feedback for what they want from Cam Green. Cam, if you are listening, please continue on this on this journey towards becoming Rambo.
It feels like an odyssey to actualization.
Yes, that's ain't that the tooth? Antoinette Latouche.
It feels like with Cameron Green, that we could be reaping what we perhaps sowed in the waters of Western Australia, where we've got this mountain out west, and we haven't sowed anything to reap.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe this is something. Maybe it is.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Greg Chappell, you know, a generational great, said that Cam Green was the best talent since Ponting, and he's 6'8" and bowls 140s, and now he bats 3. And so, like, we're going to be a fucking Queen of the Nile poker machine feature stuff if there's a 50 there. You know what I mean? He's like, oh my God. Like, and that's how it feels. But it's also like, from a West Indies or global perspective, it really is. He's out now. He got 50. Like,
you know, fucking settle down, boys.
But that's where we're at. You know, it was over 100. Like, people are gonna be like, well, he faced 120 balls, 130 balls. You know, so I just think we're really relieved that someone can bat. You know, it's like, oh, so we can do this. I get it.
There is definitely the sense of relief.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's talk about Steve Smith.
Oh well,
50. Came up for Smith off 79 balls. Just can't get enough runs against the Windies. That's his 7th 50-plus score against them. 300s. It was 4 for 175 at T. Smith was on 70. Head was on 28. The lead was 208. It was 1 for 106 in that session. So Steve Smith, he finishes he was out for 71. Not long after the tea break, and he gets a ball from Justin Graves. It decks back in the stumps, and I will say that Steve Smith is very lucky to get an umpire's call there that he didn't burn a review, because that looked very plumb. Anyway, but Smith obviously scored 200s.
I love how he kind of gives himself away. Like, before the ball had, like, the play was still live, and he was starting to communicate with whoever it was. Head, wasn't it? He was batting
head,
with, about like where the ball was going. Anyway, I thought he was. This innings in particular it was notable for just how much he was ticking off during it.
Yes.
It was a higher degree of tick off.
Yep.
But when he's in this vein of form, I'm happy to see it.
Yeah. So Steve Smith scored 200 in Sri Lanka. He made 100 in Brisbane and Melbourne against India in the summer. He's very much back still, I think, based on this innings. I wouldn't necessarily. He's going to be back in the way that every Australian batter must be looking at the decks in England, being like, I will give my left nut to have 2 sessions on one of those things. But I'm back in the same way that Stella got a groove back in Jamaica in that movie where she's a stockbroker in San Fran, then just goes on a holiday and meets a bloke called Winston Shakespeare, and then it's just the tonic she needs to rediscover her zest for life.
Okay,
yeah, that's the way Steve Smith's back.
That's why he's back.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
I like how he was. He went away for 5 years, but he's been back for like 3 to 5 test matches, and it's like our boys here. Yeah, our boys here. I don't want this vein of form to go away, and it never will.
Travis Head got it going as well, so he finished on. He was out for 39. Thank you. So he had 3 boundaries in his first 9 balls. He was motoring along nicely. 39 when the ball was he was bowled by a ball that kept low again. Quite similar to it was at the first Test match when he made some runs as well and got one that shot really low. It wasn't as low as that. But
there was a lot of variable today.
There was up and down, wasn't there? Yeah. Slug picked out 4th slip, who was all on his own for 2. That was Graves again. Carey came in, busy, inventive, looked really good. I haven't got written down what he's on. He is on 26 off 27 at the moment, and Cummins is on 4. Is that right? Yeah. So that's what's happening. But, Steve Smith being back on the side, scoring runs, obviously loves it against West Indies. Cam Green doing good things. So the lead is 254. Might as well just get to it. How's the lead on it? Shout out to our man Tom Decent, who is in Grenada. He says, from 4 tests in Grenada, the highest successful 4th innings run chase is Bangladesh's 6 for 217 against the West Indies in 2009. That is 6 for 217, and Australia's lead 254. It feels like the music sounds better with you, but it also feels like 254 is a lot of runs to get for this West Indies side in the 4th innings.
Yeah, the deck looks scarified and ugly and dusty, and there are balls shooting through, there are balls popping up. So 250 should be enough, but then again, West Indies got 250 last time, and I'd like a 3 in front of it, and I want a 1 in front of Smith's score, and I want a 1 in front of Green's score. Yeah. So I like all Australians reserve the right to be entitled and greedy for these things. So I expect them to go out and achieve that.
Like we've said this recently, that like we're on the edge of this side sort of finishing up, probably post Ashes for the most part, but the bowlers have probably got a few more legs in them than some of the batters. But like just the relentlessness of the Australian bowlers, it just makes it feel like that's going to be quite far away. I mean, Hazelwood's averaging 14 with the ball this series, Cummins 19, Starker's the most expensive at 30 averaging. Lyons in the series now as well. You feel like he'll probably play a role because it looks like it's spinning, despite West Indies not picking a spinner in this test. But like the West Indies attack looks really good. It looks like a really good attack, and you still get a couple of loose overs, loose in the sense you start going for like 7 or, not 15s or anything like that. But it doesn't really seem to happen with Australia. You just realise how fucking relentless and good the bowlers are. And when we'll appreciate it much more when whoever the guys that come in to replace these guys who haven't played much Test cricket or any Test cricket, will realise how good we had it. And 254 is exactly that point where someone's going to have to probably score 100 for the West Indies, and that looks like it's going to be really difficult. So that's just one man's opinion. And when they chase it 3 down, that's going to hurt. But,
well, I mean,
good for the game.
Can the bowlers do it every single time? I mean, I guess they didn't for the World Test Championship final.
Yep.
So I don't know. I still think Australia will want more runs, but But then again, we should be able to get them out twice here.
Yeah. All right. Ask TGC. Courtney, when will England take another fifer? Will it ever happen again? To be honest with you, could not give a fuck. But I'm glad I read that out. It was just the first one that came up. Rob said, I don't think Steve Smith has got much second innings runs in his career. I mean, is that right? Is his second innings runs low? I'd be surprised.
I'm pretty sure Smith's numbers are fairly good across the board. Averaging 56.
Yeah.
They'll bring up stats today of like his average against different teams. You might have seen that as well. And like India and England are just up there. Like it's not as though his away runs are incredible as well, aren't they? So I think if he averages 37 in the second innings. So I guess that's going to need thanks Trent. That's going to need some comparison with everybody else's. No, just with everybody else as well. I don't
Yeah.
know what a good average in the second innings is, but
That was sharp by you, Trent. That
Yeah.
was a little bit too slick for this production.
Yeah.
Especially this time at night.
I sincerely hope he just made it up.
He wrote another sign. Yeah, your car's being towed. Name redacted by the BCCI says, I don't know what any of this means. Are we good? Are we bad? Do I like cricket anymore? Yeah, I mean, I think this means that Australia's good. I mean, we keep coming back
Today's
to
a good day, yeah.
Yeah, to the idea that winning tests away from home is hard, whoever you're playing against, and I think Australia's done well. Cam Green's wingspan said, tell me how to feel, please.
You feel good because as we were saying at the top, the numbers were constructed in the correct ways. Australia's batting is rebuilding itself brick by brick, like my algorithm. You know,
It still comes back to the manosphere stuff, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
2 days and it's back. How are you, JP?
It was just, it's just two guys, number 3 and 4, numbers against the name, and then the team score is good, brick by brick. We're back. England's chasing 600. Good to go.
Yeah. Marcus Trescothic's footwork says, thought Bangladesh did well to defend 248. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But we also didn't talk about on the other thing that Suryavanshi hit 140 off 70 in the under 19.
We'll come to our live show in London. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. And a couple of questions therein. Big Hands, Big Slug says, but can Gill do it against our boys? Yeah, I think people should stop focusing, like Australians especially, would do well to not outwardly pay attention to that series. Now, we're 2 Australians covering it, sure.
Yeah, we're sitting there at the game.
But,
I got called out on Twitter today for calling Flintstones nonsense in the Hollies. Someone said, "Come here and say that in the Hollies," and I'm like, "What am I doing with my life?" I don't get real pleasure out of that. I don't resign from what I said. But
spade a spade.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, but I agree with you on that. I feel like us in this hotel room away from Edgbaston now. We're in Australian consulate territory. You know what I mean? Like just 3 Aussies sitting here in private going, I don't give a fuck about that series. Fuck it. Don't even fucking pay attention to it, mate. Fucking should, man. Doesn't matter.
A bit of Sam Consis in there in the end.
Yeah, no, I'm Chris, one of those Chris Lilly characters where he's a real estate agent. Fuck it, boys. Let's fucking go.
Left Arm Tripe said, are you boys proud of your hard work regarding Cam Green? You've got him to say fuck off and to toss his bat into the middle of the shit.
He was really good. No, I mean, I'm proud. I'm not proud of. I'm not claiming that. I'm proud of Cam Green. I'm just proud of Cam for taking that on, and 100%. it's just all we're doing is just we're feeding back in the spirits and demons of Australian cricket, back into this young man and saying, listen, you gotta bring some romper stomper to this, like you're standing on the shoulders of giants here, and we can't do this tentatively. If you're gonna be 3, you got to bring some of this stuff. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we're just saying, like, are we sure you want it enough?
Exactly.
Yeah, stop drinking water at training.
That kind of gear. Yeah.
And
it makes you weak.
Kronos89 says, Cam Green villain arc begin. No, I don't see the villain arc happening, but
it's not about villainy. It's just the nation needing to see something. To see tension and aggression. I'm sure it's not good or healthy. But
Bumble's Sky ladies and girlfriends. Did Green get his madam last night? I'm not sure about that. Michael Felch said, "Can you please send me the number of a Velvet Hands massage parlor? Thank you." I mean, it was a good innings, but if you need some velvet hands all over the body, 4 hands all over the body, it might be that kind of morning.
It's a curious name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if someone has velvet on their hands, that's not conducive to me.
Don't yuck my yum. Well, that'll just about do us here for the end of day 3. Thanks for joining us.
Parity is restored. Safety is restored.
Yeah.
Brick by brick.
Yeah.
We have a new number 3.
Yeah.
Long term. Cummins was right. Apologies, Cummins.
Sorry, Pat.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat. Yeah.
Marnus can open. We'll find someone to go with him, I suppose.
Yep.
And everyone else is in form.
Someone's stolen Pat Cummins' baggy green. Someone's stolen Steve Smith Ritalin medication.
Yep.
And they're ticking off, and we're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, things do feel so much safer when Steve Smith is in command. I have to say. Like I'm nowhere. We're just circling back to this now, but like he really post 2019 Ashes when Wagner just started bumping him. Like he was not himself. He lost his hands and his eyes and everything for years.
Yeah.
Well, he did. Greg Blue was putting forward like reasons why on the comms today, which I sort of gave me a bit of whiplash. But again, I'm not kidding. Like Bluey 10 out of 10 comms for me. But like I'm treating this this vein that he has returned to as like I'm like grateful for it. I'm like, oh, like yes, this is what it was. This is Matrix stuff, and he just needs some friends in the team too who can also do it. And in Cam Green, he has one, a long-term number 3.
Yeah,
who will never fail again. I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
It's a pink ball test match next time, which promises to be a 15-minute game. Also, I saw Starks...
exactly the sort of conditions our batters need. I would have thought. How are you feeling about a pink ball in Jamaica?
yeah. We'll get you in the next against Starkey.
That's right.
Leading into it.
Just to have a tune up. Tune up with Starkey or the pink rock, pink cake. Sorry, I'm getting my Bell's palsy treated later. Can we get off this?
I saw that they were running through some numbers in the commentary, and Stark's on 99 tests, so it'll be his 100th test match next time. Ooh. Also, he's taken 70 wickets with the pink cake more than anyone else, so that's good. Anyway, you didn't need to know any of that, but what is this? What is this but value and entertainment across 2 series at the same time
with accompanying apologies for it?
Yeah. That's right. And apologies for not doing the series that you want us to, even though we actually are.
Yeah.
Except for whatever's happening at Bangladesh or isn't happening, wherever that is. All right. We'll see you guys on the internet tomorrow for day 5 of the England test and day 4 of the West Indies test. See you later.